And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson trying again after the pick. Buying some time right. He's going to keep it this time. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lamar off the play fake. He throws a bullet to the set. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts at the 3. Return's looking good so far. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
I'm not lying. Let's go.
Coming left is Tracy. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Go!
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Let's go now. Go.
Here's 2nd and 11. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up.
Here we go, set.
Now looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Gano ready to send this away. Deontay Hardy to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. Forced out to his... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the...
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down.
Hey, middle.
Jackson throwing here. Big gain downfield. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's back to throw. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down. He's got it inside the 10. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Check.
And they send a man in motion. A give right side to Tracy. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain, giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Third down, here's Jones. And they stop the reverse and hand them a big loss on the play.
Put some respect on that corner's name. Corners aren't just on that field to cover. They can.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. No return on that punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Play action, here's Jackson. Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. That's Bobby Okereke. And the Giants take possession of the football.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Here we go, here we go. Check go.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Able to find Jones. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
Let's go.
They're throwing it. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. So that brings up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Check, go.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Set.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Lamar. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. This is caught inside the 15. They get 37 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson yet again. This one's caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Shut up!
Lamar throwing again. He's got it. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it?
No.
Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Ooh, maybe some nerves there. He moved early on 4th down. Now we're going to see if this affects their choice to go for it. And again, it's Jackson. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Neighbors with a catch. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Go! Pioneer!
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He finds Slayton. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They've got first down from the 31.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll throw it. Finds Hyatt. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Check go.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Ready.
Jones once more. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. This is complete to Neighbors. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready.
He'll throw it. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Go.
Back to throw it. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on it, and it costs them a possession.
Report.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And the Giants get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Trying the right side with Tracy. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning.
On the set.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Tracy once more. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Last thing, 19. 79 Bronco. 70 range, 70 range. Hut, hut.
Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set up.
He'll look to throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
No, we change it.
Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Phillips. And the Giants make the play that should win them this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Connects with Slayton. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Giants go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. Hardy on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Man in motion here. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.